Hey everyone, this is LordDavon from the ECF forums, and it's Saturday, and I've got another review for you. This one is going to be a little different than most because mostly I talk about a product like I did with the box mod, and I just sit there and say, oh yeah, this is this, and this is how it's done. But this one, I'm going to talk to you about a product that's not out of the box yummy for me. Some people will find this a great experience out of the box. I think these work best if you are one of those people who takes a vape and then you put it down. I'm not. I'm a chain vape. I go 4 or 5 in a row, and then I'll put it down for a minute, and then I may do a couple more. I may go 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We all vape differently, so different products appeal to different people. This is a product that, for somebody like me, is not an out-of-the-box great experience. If you are somebody who wants to use something every once in a while, it's fantastic, probably, but not for me. Now, what I do have is I have a mod section for you, because after modding this thing, and this is the one that is in the video that I modded, they're fantastic. Gummy bear. I like it. I made it. So, what do I do? Well, these things have a basic structure. They are basically a cone tube on the inside. It houses some lights in the top. There's actually wasted space in here because of the lights, but it does give a cool effect. Underneath this tube, you have the atomizer. It's underneath. And then you have a hole in the tube on the side. Look up a little houses looking tube. You have a vein that goes down to that hole, and then you have a wick. These fit together nicely, and the veins on the side go down, and down. The juice comes down the sides, and hits the wicks, and has the coil on the inside. And it's a basic structure. It's a flawed concept in the design. I don't know why they didn't have a reservoir at the bottom, but that's what I do to mod them. For me, it just turns them into like another product. I've tried different things. I've even dremeled and sandpapered and trimmed the sides flat, but for some reason they twist the tube, but it doesn't fit right, and it kind of works against the juice the more modding I did. And then I decided to take it to a basic level where I want the thing to kind of go like this and have a reservoir on the side. It has kind of an hourglass shape, not a full hourglass, but an hourglass shape, a roundish curve with these reservoirs on the bottom where the juice will come down and we'll actually have the juice reservoir there across the wick, and they work great. To fill these, Got Vapes has put basic instructions. You pop the top off, you put some juice in, and then you turn it upside down and pop the cap on. Why turn it upside down? Well, these are bottom coil. They have an atomizer at the bottom. The juice just goes right there, and it's down at the bottom. If you put the cap on, you're going to actually be putting pressure into the tube. If the juice is sitting at the bottom of it, you'll push it in and it will leak out the bottom. It will stop eventually and it'll work great after that, but I mean, you don't have to do that. What they're basically saying is you put the juice in, turn it upside down, and pop it on. You can put the cap on just enough so that it's not going to leak out, and then push the drip tip into it. By having it upside down, there's air there. If you push it through, you're pushing air up. It doesn't leak all over the place. I have worked with 7 of these right now. I have modded all 7, but I have worked with 7 of them. I have not had one leak on me. And that's to say something that if you just do it right, be careful, these things work great. You can fill them on the road, which is a really nice thing. And once they work fantastic. But you have to mod them. Am I going to recommend these to anybody who just wants an out-of-the-box experience? No, probably not. I can't say that these would be for you, unless you're just puff it and put it down and walk away. But if you're a modder, if you're somebody who's not afraid of taking an X-Acto knife and making a couple of cuts, they're fine. They're not any more tricky than the CE2, and when they work great. Besides the fact that I ordered white and got green, which is basically tells me that when GotVape sends me something, they don't go, "Oh, he's a reviewer. Let's make sure it's right." They go, "Oh yeah, he's good." Mistakes happen, but from now on, I'm going to consider Bad Colo Chris colorblind. I'm playing. Anyway, so here's the mod video. It's a little bit blurry, but it is a basic concept. We take this, we cut inward and just trim it inward to create a reservoir at the wick. We also trim the wick down at the same time, cutting the wick even with the curve, and it creates like a little hourglass so that there's a reservoir underneath. That reservoir allows it to just wick better. Cutting the wick allows it to wick better. I haven't had to thin these. I did try that at the beginning. I do many different things to come out with the best way to do it, and this is the best way for me to do it. I like this mod, and I think that they should be, and they usually do, take this back to the manufacturer and say, why don't you just do this? So here's the video. A little bit blurry. I did 4 takes. I couldn't get it to work right, so this is the best one of the 4, and I'll catch you at the end of it. I use my Riva 510 because I don't want to take something like my Infinity Pro and start putting extra, resistance on the 510 connector when I can destroy a, $10, $15 battery. Alright, now, to pull this off, I give it a little play, give it just a little bit of wiggle, but I don't pull too hard. Now notice I have some leeway here, a little wiggle. And now I want to get something and push through the center, and I'm going to grab the post right there. I'm going to push through the center and pull my tube towards the forceps and just keep really the forceps steady, and it'll pop off. That's all I need my forceps for. You can use anything to push through as long as it's bigger than this little top here that you're pushing into. And I'm going to make sure that the tube here lines up with the wicks perfectly for this mod. And I'm going to grab my X-Acto knife. And with the X-Acto knife, I am going to cut on an angle towards the wick and cut. Now, be very careful not to hit this O-ring that's on the 510 connection here. That is your seal, and you will get leaking if you cut that. So if we go straight down on this, inward and down, we'll trim the wick and we will create a small reservoir for the bottom of the X7. And as you can see here, it actually comes inward, which is something that we want. Now we'll do the other side. Oops. I love doing this. Alright. Down inward, I can't believe I'm hitting the light. That cracked me up. Alright. My light back over there. And again, let's make sure this is tight. We're going to go down and towards the wick on an angle. And we'll have a reservoir on that side as well. Basically what we're doing is we're
taking the tube here, and we're almost making like an hourglass shape on it. Now we could continue to go around, and it does actually help because it creates a nice little reservoir around, but we still want it to seal a little bit and be tight in the tube on the side, so this should be enough. And this should be enough to handle VG liquid. These sides right here are a vein, which the juice comes down from the top and goes down into the vein and down towards the wick. Any small obstruction in that vein will cause these things to act up. And I found that it doesn't allow enough to come in through the vein to the wick. The wicks are too far out. They act against it, so by cutting inward we still have our wick and it's flush with our opening. As well, we have a small reservoir of juice that will sit here on the sides of the X7. Then we're going to take our tube. This is my white tube. And I'm going to just put it back on and push in. Now before I do that, I do want to explain one thing. If you pull this thing apart, and by chance, and I've always had just the black wire, the ground wire, actually come out if I pull it too much. Both those wires work the lights. You don't need them to use this. If you do rip this off, you haven't destroyed this thing, you just destroyed the light. If you do like the light and you pull the ground wire, which I have done a couple of times, it's always been the ground wire, it pulls out from its solder point, which means that there is wire exposed. If you take the black wire and put it on the outside of this, outside of the 510, the atomizer part here, and you push down, it will hold it and make a ground connection and the light will still work. You don't have to throw this thing away. So we're going to take the wider part of the tube and we're going to make sure everything is nice and tight here. And we're going to put the tube back on, and we're not going to twist, we're just going to push straight on. The reason we don't want to twist is because we don't want to turn the cup and the openings for the wick. If we turn this center tube, it will be counterproductive because we're actually cutting the amount of opening we have for the wick. So if we have everything lined up and we push it straight on in, it should be good and it'll still work.
And that's how I did it, and that was this one. Works. It works pretty good. It just works, and I like it. Like I said, they haven't leaked on me. I haven't had too many problems with them. I like them. If you're not into modding something, maybe they're not for you. I will continue to purchase these. Get them in white. That cracks me up. Anyway, this is LordDavon. Oh, wait. I did this at the last one, too. I almost closed it off without letting people know I'm going to have some contests. Basically, you know, subscribe to the videos, subscribe to my channel, and we've got some great things coming. I'll give you more information as it comes. As well, I'll be doing some stuff with Rock and Robbie for a little bit of ways for maybe people to cut costs and have some great flavors. So we're going to work on stuff, make it better for you. We've got a lot of people out there who do this because they care, and those of us that do want to continue to help. So I hope this video helped you. This is the X7 Micromizer from GotBabes. It is a good product once it's modded. A lot of people don't like the Fluximizer out of the box. I don't open them up. I do play with them, and you know I swear by the Fluximizer. So this product may or may not be for you. You have to decide for yourself. That being said, this is LordDavon. I'm out of here.